How can I honor my parents in this situation? Uh-oh. I am the only conservative in my family, and my mom especially very explicitly expresses that she did not raise me to be a wife and a mom. It is really tough to even be around her. She's always miserable. I'd love to hear your take, thanks. I had no doubt she's miserable. Every poll, left, right, middle, acknowledges that the further left you go, the less happy you are. It makes perfect sense. It's such a dark view of the world. It makes perfect sense. But this is amazing that your mother would say to you, I didn't raise you to be a wife and mother. I would like to ask your mother, what did you raise your daughter to be? Head of sales at a shoe store? Or shoe company, I should say, even? And by the way, that is a totally honorable thing to be the head of sales for a shoe dealer. The thought that a mother would be disappointed, unhappy, angry that her daughter wanted to be a mother and wife. Of course she's unhappy. It means that as a mother and wife that she has been, presumably, she was very, very, very unhappy. That's the only possible read here. It sounds like the sort of person who would be unhappy, whatever she did. I mean, most parents ache to be grandparents. And I don't believe that that's the be-all and end-all of life. Even having children is not the be-all and end-all of life. But it's a big deal. And that she would not think, oh boy, am I lucky? My daughter wants to marry, unlike so many women in her generation, which is you. How old did you say here? What was it, 30? Let's see, yeah, 33. So anyway, your question was, how do you honor your parents in this situation? There are so many, I get this question probably more than any other single one because I'm adamant about honoring parents. It's in the Ten Commandments. And notice, and I got to make this point again, there's no biblical law to love your parents. Love the stranger, love your neighbor, love God, but you don't have to love your parents. That's brilliant of the Bible not to have demanded that, because that's impossible. Some people love their parents, some people don't, end of issue. But what does it mean to honor? Okay, so you don't gratuitously dishonor your mother. You don't have to go out of your way to be loving, but at the very least, you don't dishonor, so that whereas you might just dismiss any other adult who said, that's all you're going to be, a mother and a wife, and you think, what the hell's wrong with you? You wouldn't talk that way because it's your mother. You would disagree in a more respectful way. That would be an example of what you would do. But I feel for you, but the number of people with screwy parents is very high. It's the way it is. It's part of the human condition. Maybe if you can do this, why don't you send your mom all the studies not done by conservatives that women who have a family, who have or had a husband and has children, are happier. And the happiest have a husband and children. That they are overwhelmingly the happiest women.